sweet. That didn't sound good. Oh well. Suck, nerds. Anyways, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this lovely afternoon? I just woke up. Oh, turkey vulture. You ready to go ride to work? Man, I really hope this seems kind of loud for. I don't think that mic's on, so we're gonna have to come down here and double check that. Just in case. Because I really don't want to have to redo this video like the last 3 that I've done. And use old videos that I didn't think were as good. Just due to the fact that my mic keeps not wanting to turn on or connect. I've had that happen now several times, which is very, 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 very annoying. And now I understand why it is that YouTubers and everything else, you know, when it comes to video editing and so on and so forth, you know, it's not that it's hard, it's just time consuming. Which is one of the reasons why I don't like to hardcore edit stuff. Or if there was a, I'm pretty sure there is a way, if I could start up my own like intro and whatnot, I could copy paste some stuff. Go ahead and just kind of roll in here real quick. Make sure this thing's on. Well, I guess it says it's working, so I guess we'll see. Tons of equipment malfunctions right now. It's like last night I couldn't get my phone to connect to the cell tower for some reason. And at work, unless you're in the the wash rack, normally everything works just fine. That was too low or too high a gear, but whatever, I'll take it. Didn't kill the bike. I really want to find a course. And I know Chase on 2 Wheels went to a champ Yamaha's champ course, I believe is what it was. I seen that video the other day. Also, guys, I did pick up a pole. I did pick up a pole. I put up a poll on there to see what you guys like more. Do you guys want less talking, more talking, less rambling, more of a structured talk? Because if we're going to do structure, guys, I'm not very good at that. I got to have a list. You know, I can talk about one topic for hours at different angles, subjects, and points of that topic. So, well, maybe not hours, but y'all get what I mean. You know, maybe put a reminder there that I can only talk about 3 to 5 minutes of this, 3 to 5 minutes of that. You know, try and make it like a 10-15 minute video. I noticed the short form content, guys, gets a lot more engagement out of it. I wish we could do more of a live stream. Oh look, this is the corner where I wrecked. That one right there slid off into that ditch right next to that entryway. So, sorry guys, I had to concentrate on that one. You know, I want to be able to hit that thing at like 35, 40. But I know I'm not going to be able to because some of them are just so deep. And this thing doesn't have enough lean angle. That's what happened on that corner that day that I laid this thing out. I actually low-sided it because I had it at such a lean angle that it had caught something, and I still don't know what it was, whether it was the peg or the bag, but it had caught something and lifted my my ass end up off the pavement just far enough to where it sent me into a spin. And I was doing like, man, I was moving through those corners too. I'm so mad because it was so clean up until that point, even though the pegs were grinding and everything else, but the lean on it and the speed I was going at, how smooth it was just so clean. I think I was doing it like 50, 45, 50 mile an hour through them corners on this fucking Harley. Just scraping peg, but the power delivery was so on point that day. And then I low-sided it because I didn't have enough lean angle to make it through that one corner there. Man, I was so mad. I was so mad. Well, I guess I wasn't mad, but the trip up until that point was so exhilarating that when it, you know, because of the fact that I had it going so fast and so smooth and everything else, it's like, it was so awesome that when I went into a slide, it was like, well, fuck. And I wasn't really mad about it per se. It was just like, I was kind of upset that one, I didn't get it on camera. And, you know, because it's like I said in a different video, guys, it's like, you have to be on, if you have to push your limits at some point on a bike. Yeah, and you got to do it with one you're comfortable with to be able to get oh shit, too much. To be able to be ready for another big bike. Because I myself am guilty of this too. You know, I bought the bigger bikes, I bought the faster bikes, the more powerful bikes, and thinking, oh yeah, I'll be able to learn on this, and the power band was just too much. It was just too much for me at the time. And I've slidden out, and I've crashed, and I've, whiskey throttled, and, but a lot of my stuff was self-taught. I mean, I had the, I'm sorry guys, I quit vaping, so, hello? I quit vaping again, for the most part, and so I'm coughing up a lot of that crud. I'm trying to get more into shape. Anyways, yeah, no guys, I've done it just because I bought these bikes that, I thought I was ready for. And, at the time I was young and dumb. Like, I started out on a, hell, what was it? Some sort of Chinese I don't even think it was a 250. I think it was a 150. A Chinese 150. And then I moved from the Chinese 150 to a KX 250 Kawasaki, and that was the 70s. And then I moved from that one over to 1978 XL 350 Honda. And I moved from that Honda and I jumped straight up to a XR 500R ProLink. Man, and that ProLink still has so much power in it for being a dual carburetor setup that it's still in my garage. Like, I still get out on that 500 every once in a while and still like, damn. I'm 6'3". I'm light for being 6'3", but I'm like 6'3", almost 200 pounds. I was 191 last time I weighed myself. And that thing, I've literally seen throw 300, 400 plus people around. Like, that bad. That's how much power this thing outputs now. And I mean, I may or may not have clapped it out either with a bigger oversized pistons and stuff like that, because why not? But yeah, guys, I cannot wait to get a new bike. I thought about getting a jet ski. I really want a jet ski, but I can't finance a jet ski and a motorcycle right now. I mean, I took this thing out to Houston because I found someone who had a smoking hot deal on an Africa Twin. And it's $14,000 bike. They knocked $3,000 off. That's what I'm saying. It's grabbing something in the whether the clutch ain't disengaging or what, or the clutch. But smoking hot deal. So I took this bad boy in, seeing if I couldn't trade it in for that, and then of course, you know, typical dealership. Oh, well, you have negative $3,500 equity on this bike. What do you mean I have negative $3,500 equity? Now I owe. So that tells me they're going to give me about $3,500 for this. 3.6. Yeah. About 4,000. 35 to 4K on this bike. It's like, okay, cool. Well, it's like I told them, well, like, then can you just tack it onto the back end, you know, of what I owe you guys, because, you know, you'll be taking over the loan anyway. Oh, no. I was like, why not? It's only $3,500. You're literally bringing back that, with taking off that 35, you're literally bringing back what the price is for that base model. Well, you see, it's not good for us. Yeah, whatever, dude. You know, that just, it's one of those things where I don't understand people. Oh, you just go. You know, a jackass Harley rider. Yep. I knew he was gonna do that whenever he looked over at me. But, you know, it's like, I don't understand that. I really don't. You know, y'all are, it's like, you're here to make money, but you don't want to make money. And all I asked them for, too, is like, I even told them, I was like, I have $1,000 I can throw down on this today for you guys as well. Well, we can't do, you know, alright, whatever. I don't understand how, you know, companies are whining, bitching, and moaning out, they ain't making money, but anytime there's an opportunity to make money, they don't take it. Like, I paid on this one, and the interest, you know, the only thing I'm upset about this is the 26% interest rate. I'd take a 12. Give me a 12% interest rate, you know. Hell, 12 to 14 on this one, on my next bike. If they take this in for a trade, I would have been happy. I mean, I really didn't care. I literally get the bike I've been talking about for the last 5 years. You know, it's big enough for me. No, I don't understand, like, some of these Africa Twins now, they actually look shorter than previous years, and I don't, like, I remember the first time going and checking out bikes is when I went and bought this one. I seen that Africa Twin in there, and I went and sat on it, and it's like, that was perfect. It was tall, the suspension compressed when I got on it, 6-speed transmission. I mean, granted, it was only 1,000, but hey, that's still a liter bike. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? That's the other thing. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to want a bagger or a cruiser. You know, I'm one of those people too. It's like, sorry, we're switching gears here. But I'm one of those people too. It's like I always have to be in a hurry to do something. It's always a hurry. It's a hurry until it's not. And then I can't stay still for very long. Like, I can stay home for like, 4 or 5 days at a time after getting out and doing something. But it's like, after that 4 or 5 days, man, I go stir crazy. It's like coming back off this 7 days off from, my 7-day off. It's just like going back to work, man. I get excited to go back to work. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Everybody else is like, we don't understand why you're always so cheery, chippy after your 7 days, acting like you're ready to take on the world here at this fucking job. And it's like, I don't know. I do. That's all. That's how I am. My mother's the same way. She's going stir crazy in the house. I can see it. She's got to have something to occupy her time. It's the only crappy thing about retirement that's going to come out from, only crappy thing about retirement. That's why I want to get a couple more motorcycles. I don't think I'm ever going to give up motorcycling. It's too much. It's too much freedom, in my opinion, to be honest. Especially since, if I were to get like a sports bike or whatnot, nobody else would want to ever go with me. Oh, nice. Yeah. I seen it too. That's why I put my foot up on top of the bag. But it's too much freedom for me. This gives me something to just kind of run through my head for the day. Not be so held down. Just sit out here and talk freely to the wind, talk to you guys. Hopefully maybe one day make some money off this YouTube. That'd be awesome. I mean, if not, I will. Fuck it. At least I leave a legacy behind. That's my whole, that's my thought process on that. A lot of people don't seem to understand that in this day and age. It's like, y'all want to be remembered for something, but y'all don't do anything memorable. Which I don't understand that. I never have, never will. Oh look, H-E-B and Walgreens. Your gas is going back up again. I remember moving out here, it was under $2. It was like almost under $1. Then we moved out here, and it's literally Nevada prices as of right now. Oh, hit it. Another fucking Harley rider. That's a girl's bike. Yeah, well, guess what? Someone's gonna finance me for a bigger bike that ain't gonna charge me $700 a month for this shit? Well, no, but you just need to work harder for your shit. Shut the fuck up. I've literally had that conversation too. It's like I told everybody, it's like, well, you should just gone to another dealership. It's like, motherfucker, what do you not understand about, bike and car brand? Oh, hey, they turned that into a fishing store. That's what a lot of people don't understand nowadays. Unless you have someone who's co-signing you who has immaculate credit as well, you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit. I'm sorry. At the time when I went to finance this thing, and I went through to every other freaking, I went to Honda, I went to Kawasaki, I went to Harley, I went to Indian, I went to Cycling Gear, I went to I went to every single dealership I could in Nevada, in Reno, Nevada, because that was the closest town I had. It's 32 miles away, and the next nearest one was like 4 hours for anything that I actually wanted. And they were all, and the only people that wanted to finance me, because the owner of that Harley was all like, I'll tell you what, I'll take out the loan, I'll fork up the money, you just go ahead and pay me back. And then after you get this paid back, you come back in a year or two, and I'll refinance. You know, you can either refinance, you can either trade in or refinance. You know, so that guy was a cool dude. But I mean, the fact that, you know, and I understand that it's not a lot of the dealerships don't have the pull that everybody thinks they do. I mean, they do, but not just, only to a certain extent. Like, I understand I had a 780 credit score, but if the bank themselves aren't willing to sit here and, you know, not willing to sit here and negotiate with someone just because they don't have even just $100 to put down at the time. And that was Harley's problem. We even tried to go and tell Honda that we were going to put $500 down on that bike I wanted. There was an Africa Twin, and there was a used, it wasn't a CBR. It was one of their, I think it was a CB1000. And that CB1000, they only wanted used. It was like $6,000. And it wasn't even that old. It was like the prior model year. I already had like 10,000 miles on it and all the rest of the bullshit. Missed the shifter on that one. Boot slipped off. There we go. You know, but they weren't even willing to finance me with that, and you know, even with my mother, worked the same job for almost 30 years. Like, how the hell are you not gonna finance a guy who makes $1,000? I was making over $1,000 a week at that time, and I had to pay stuff to prove it too, and they're like, well, and I'm like, well. And so I finally just, because I wanted a bike. I wanted a bike for so long, I finally just settled on this one. And that was it. There you guys go. That's pretty. Pretty. Man, we come out here, first time we come out here, we hit the beach and it was like right as a cold snap kind of went away, when you get into the warmer season, or the warmer portion of winter, man, and we walked out there on the beach, and it was like, the purple and orange that they describe in like movies and whatnot, where you get that really pretty sunset. Oh my God, guys, that was awesome. I wish I would have gotten a picture that day. Yeah, that was awesome. Go ahead and give her some bean. Ah, motherfucker. I don't like these grips either. These grips keep falling off. Also, for those of you who just getting into motorcycle riding, so when you go to pull up at a light like this, please angle your bike towards, like right now, I'm angled towards that ditch and the shoulder there, because I've now been, after sitting here watching YouTube guys, if everybody keeps getting rear-ended, bro, but it's like everybody who this happens to keeps sitting in the center of the lane. Now, I know some of those were just, like the most recent one was intentional, tried to kill the guy, but it's like, you purposely put yourself in the middle of the road. Like, that's the whole reason why you don't do that. So if someone's gonna try and eat you, you're going that way. I'd rather go that way into the dirt than be dragged across pavement 50 yards. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. You know, it's okay to ride in the middle of the road occasionally, depending on, but it's like, I see everybody ride in the middle of the road. I myself have learned from experience not to do that, but I still do it anyways. And really, 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 really it depends, guys, on where you are. Like, if you're in Houston, I'm gonna ride on whatever side the road gives me the quickest exit out of fuckery. So if I have all these, you're sitting here in the 6th lane or whatever, I'm gonna get either on the very, very outside lane or the very, very inside lane. And then if I can't get in the very, very outside lane or the very, very inside lane, I'm running all around these cars. Not in, you know, try not to zipper is what I like to call it. Oh, you son of a bitch. No turn signal, slamming on his brakes in the middle of a 65. Wouldn't get out of the fucking lane. Anyways. You know. And I'm creating space. I really am. I'm creating space. Or if I'm following, like I do this a lot, I'll go meet up with mom somewhere and bro, and they'll be in the car. I'm gonna keep them in my rear view mirror at all times. So if they're following behind me, I'm gonna be in right here. If we be on this road, I'm gonna be like right here. And then if I need to check to see if I can get over, I'm gonna move to this way, to the center lane a little bit, and to be able to see around them. And then I'm gonna, you know, and then I'll go ahead and hit my turn signal. But I'll bob around the lane to get the biggest picture out of it. But the most part, like I said, I mostly try and keep them in my mirror because they're not gonna be able to keep up with the same pace as me on a motorcycle. Now, if I'm following somebody, and this is where, once again, it's situational. With mom, because she drives so slow, I'm gonna try and hug the middle. Because now I have to worry, or as middle as I can, without, you know, hitting shit in the middle of the road. I'm gonna hug the middle as much as I can, but bebopping into the driver's side mirror so she can see me. And the only reason I say I'm going to ride the middle in this circumstance, at least when it comes to Texas, is because you got the guys who don't look over here, and you got the guys who don't look over on your left. So, if I see some, I want to have enough time in between me and all the rest of these dumb fucks who think they're going to squeeze into here and run me over from the right-hand side, but I want to have enough room for people who are going to try and squeeze in and push me off the road on the left-hand side. And you can't, you know, that's the whole thing with that, is you can't, you know, if I'm over here and all of a sudden there's an on-ramp, you know, but then I got this guy over here trying to squeeze in over here, where the fuck are you supposed to go at that point? Because he's closer, but by the time you react and then you get over here and, you know, it's a no good situation. Oh shit. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I'll go ahead and pick this back up whenever we get off work. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.